Yeah, what's up? What's up? Welcome back, kings and queens. We're back again, and as usual, it's the Miwa case where we're going to find out the cooking is going on. Today it was West, right? And I understood why now Baloi didn't even want to look at the contents of whatever he was bringing in there. He wanted to dodge it, and Rata gave a ruling as usual. But did Baloi listen to it? No, Bollywood never listens to Rata's rulings. It doesn't happen that he do listens to him and he does what he's told. He was told to go ahead, but he never did it. Now, we understand now. I understand now why they never brought the 205, sections 205 of 2014. Because if they had brought them, it will just reveal without a doubt. It will reveal without a doubt the truth, where these guys were, when Tanzi was, and what they were doing. Because at this point, Balo is reading the record, right? I will read for you. I noted that, and then you're going to see how much it doesn't make sense. The records that he was reading, and funny enough, Ntanzi asked him to place the towers there. He was kind of like doubtful at first, Baloi, to do it, but he ended up doing it. But now, the funny thing is about the Standard Bank thing, the Capitec statement, is that there's a whole lot of transactions, but I think I had an amount, 72 cents or something, one time or two times. But the rest of them, he read the records without even mentioning the amount. That's why Ntanzi kept saying, I don't see where it shows that an airtime was bought here. Now, the funny thing about this airtime is that this airtime is bought straight up throughout, like for more than 5 times in less than, let's say, 20-30 minutes. Or in a day, there could be, I don't know if I call it attempts or really transactions to buy airtime. About 5 of them in a day. And then Ntanzi even end up asking, what kind of airtime is that you buy every minute you are buying that airtime? And then I was just thinking to myself, this is the reason why they never brought the Section 205s from the appropriate year the crime happened, because they knew it will not align with their story. Their story will be just plain and simple to see from the onset, because if you brought those records, it will show. Now, they brought these records and tried to cook them. Now, the problem is the cops also had the phone and they were using it. So it was still reflecting on the towers, even though this guy was arrested. Most of these records that Bali was reading today, it was when Tanzi was under arrest. So you ask yourself, where did he get the charger? Because as I understood it, this guy never got a visit up until he got to started going to court. So where did he get the charger to charge that phone? He was asking the same thing. Where did he get the money to be charging like that from the bank? Where did he get that? And then it's funny, this is the same question that I will repeat today. It's funny that an inmate that is known to be so I forgot I'm cooking, I'm burning stuff, so I went to switch off. Sorry for that. Now, an inmate who you know that is dangerous, you come across him and you don't search him, and you stay with him for several months, even years, to say, like, just to put it plainly. Stay with him for years. This guy is making police calls to you, he's doing all this kind with his phone, and you are not even caring to know where's the phone, right? Up until the time when you decided, no, now this is the time that we can claim that this is the time that we took the phone to the ballistics or whatever, like the forensics, where they are going to download it and whatever. Those downloaders who are fabricating things, you ask yourself why these downloaders, when they are downloading things, they don't show you the original. They just show you what they worked on, which is very dubious. Like, there's a lot of loopholes in the law system. I don't want to tell you lies. Now, let's just watch a little bit of the exchange that was going on between Rata. You know, Rata was always up to himself. Like, even Ramosepil had to ask him, why are you worked up? What's the tempo for? He couldn't explain it. And then he just decided, no, I'm going to shut Ramosepil down without even giving him a chance. Like, at this point, Rata can't even hide his biasness. Like, he's telling us that he's not biased, but it's plain to see, man. It's plain to see. He can't hide it. He's too biased for him to be able to hide it, because even when he's not trying, it shows. Let's listen.
A lot to have been said, what has just been read now. It is because we were disputing the 072 number, the number belonging to Mtiridzi, that was alleged that was the number that I provided, my lord.
Mr. Ntanzi, just a few minutes ago, you said when you opened the Standard Bank account, you gave them the number 06090168890. Now, we're showing you the extract of the record to indicate that you gave, there was...
Mr. Ntanzi says there was a break-in in my locker.
No. This is not about that. I'm interested. Where do you get that number? Because you are saying you're quoting Mr. Ramosepil as the one who elicited that number.
Yes.
Just show him the record. Hey,
we quoted the...
Just show him the record, if there's a record like that. Because...
I'm raising on a different point.
No. Let's do this point first. No problem.
Yes.
Because you are denying knowledge of this number. You're saying...
Did I say I denied the knowledge?
Yeah, you're saying you see it for the first time today. That's what
I
you
said
said.
a document from Standard Bank.
That's it. You see it for the first time. That is
Yes,
a document.
it's got nothing to do with the number that I placed on
Okay,
record
just
on the 25th
just show me
of
that.
May
Okay, fine.
2024.
Just show me the record. Is that the record?
I don't want to see it, my lord.
No, I want to see it.
Yes,
Let me see the
I don't
record.
want to see it.
Jeepers.
But why is my lord irritated, saying yes, yes, and what? I respect this court as an officer of this court. I'll never use any language that is untoward towards this institution that I respect dearly.
Yeah, just for the record, about page 93. Apparently, it's a cross-examination of Mr. House. And Mr. Ramosepil takes instructions and states that let me correct that number. It is 065563333, and it states that both the SIM cards had contact lists in them, and both also had the WhatsApp inserted on them, because I used that for communication. Further, he says there is an issue, but I raise it because we are dealing with cell phones. Amongst the issues that were before court were bank statements. I know they do not deal with you, but I only deal with just the one aspect in respect of the cell number. He will tell the court that he has a Standard Bank account And initially, when opened, this account, the cell number provided to the bank, this is the account of the cell number provided to the bank that he used, which was 037761556. Okay.
As the court pleases, my lord, when I rose, I was rising on a question by my learned colleague to the witness saying, a minute ago, you admitted that when you opened a Standard Bank account, you gave 060-901-6890. And I was saying, the witness had said, initially I used this number that I'm saying, I'm not disputing, although he says he doesn't recall it. But when there was a break in my locker, then I had to go and do a SIM swap and give the 060-901-6890. That's the point that I was raising on. I've never said I deny the 073-7756 at the end number, my lord. That's the court pieces.
Yes, Mr. Ramsey,
My lord,
can you respond, sir?
Why is the judge just so forward, man? I mean, doesn't he take notes from Judge Madlanga, like, just to see what Judge Madlanga is doing? I mean, if you look at Judge Madlanga, it's simple to see that this guy's got respect. He respects his colleagues. He respects even the people that are being asked questions. He doesn't bust up and just look how he's shaking up Ramasepili's word now. Ramasepili is amped up because the judge is amped up. And the judge is supposed to be the one who make cool heads prevail inside that court. But he's the one who's making tempers flare with his own temper. I mean, I just want to now, let's just listen to the last part, and I'm going to read the numbers to you just so that you can see the sequence of the times. Just tell me if it makes sense to you. If you were a prosecutor and you were looking at that evidence like that, would you take it and say, no, yeah, this is correct evidence? Or you was condoning, you are condoning it. You know that it is cooked evidence, you are condoning it. You are condoning it. Why is it that the prosecutor was unable to see that the case is flimsy? And why is he fighting so much, even on the face of it, when you can see that this case is flimsy? He's still fighting. He doesn't want to give up. I mean, it was simple if he just lost it like a man. Because up to me, according to me, they haven't done any tangible investigation here. Let's listen some more, and then I'm going to read you the calls, the transactions that he was talking about. You see, when you hear Mbalpaloi calling out the whole number, and even that star 130 3079 like that he was calling out, he was calling them fully in every transactions. Why do you think is that? It is just to stretch time. That's all. Because I remember at some point they were doing it in a very brief manner. They were just cutting. Let's listen to someone.
Ask Mr. Ntanzi as to which number will reflect on the Standard Bank account, and he then said 060 number, and we then quoted this passage to say that, but this doesn't accord with what is stated here, my lord. That is the whole point that we are making, my lord.
I think Mr. Malloy is taking it from the head to the tail, or vice versa. Initially, Mr. Ntanzi, when he was responding, he said the number that will be reflected, that will reflect the Standard Bank, is this number that ends with 6890. However, his testimony is to the effect that apparently there was a break-in at his house where a small phone was stolen. Then when he went to Standard Bank to reapply for his cards and everything, he realized that for him to do a SIM swap, it will be a waste of time. And then he gave them this number. My understanding is to the effect that originally when he opened up this bank account at Standard Bank, this 6890 number is not a number that he gave, but he gave the first number that was stolen. But when he went to Standard Bank to apply for new cards and everything, he then gave them this number, which is the reason why he then said the number that will reflect at Standard Bank as of now is this latest number. He never said that from the day on which I opened the account at Standard Bank, as I follow his testimony, I actually gave them this number. That is how I understood it, my lord. The record can be praised.
What's your response, sir?
Well, my lord, as we have indicated that this information from Standard Bank, my lord, was requested at the behest of the defense, and we then obtained a section 25 on the bank records, and as a result obtained this information that we are confronting the witness with. Now, the witness this morning said that when he opened the Standard Bank account, and this comes from the witness himself, Mr. Ntanzi, we can play the record. That's what he said, that when he opened the Standard Bank account, he used the 060 number. And that is when we are confronting him with these discrepancies. That's the long and short of the matter.
Okay.
But the record will speak for itself, my lord.
Let me cut it short here. I want to come in and then now I just want to read the records for you, those records that Baloyi was reading. And I want you to tell me, just by summing them up in a few minutes, I think we'll be done in the next 3 minutes, 4 minutes or so with all these records. If you would have done them like this, I don't think they would have cost him the whole day. For him to go the whole day with these numbers is because he just wanted to stretch the time. Let's listen to this. These calls could have been made like this. On the 25th of October 2020, from 16:26 and 16:26 47, 16:26 27 42 seconds, 16:29 41 seconds, 16:29 51 seconds on the same day, right? The cell number 060, I don't want to say the middle numbers ending with 890, did this USSD transaction star 130 3279, and they were buying airtime. And then he came with the cooking. In fact, he was just putting an egg on his face when he mentioned this last part, pattern matching. The pattern was matched, and he went further explaining that this pattern matching means that the phone was locked. That means it had to be patterned, like somebody matched the pattern, opened the pattern and matched it, so it was open, then that person make a call. That's rubbish, because if you look at what is called pattern matching in, I'm gonna type it now, right? Because I did it, I think that time he was talking about it. Pattern matching, right? Pattern matching when it comes to making calls. Let me just be specific in cell calls. So that you can see that Balo is just playing with us. That's why these people were mad, right? That's why they were mad, trying to show Rata that Baloyi can't be an expert and come and read these numbers and try to explain even the terms. He hasn't got the grasp of the terms, what the terms really mean. Now, look at what a simple Google search will tell you. Pattern matching in cell calls involves using defined sequences, special characters, wildcards, or regular expressions, regex, to identify, block, or manipulate specific incoming or outgoing phone numbers. This technique is commonly used in automation tools like Tasker for Android or within enterprise voice over internet protocol systems like Asterix or FortiVoice to manage calls based on patterns rather than exact numbers. You see, so literal patterns matching exact sequences such as a 10-digit phone number. This is what they're talking about. Wildcard patterns using characters like star to represent any number of characters or a question mark for a single character. Now, what was Balloon talking about when he told us pattern matching is something else? It's when a phone is locked and you open the pattern successfully. That's pattern matching. You see how we are being guessed up? Now, all these numbers are fine. They don't have any transaction amount to show this was the amount that was being bought. And now the funny thing, let's look at this time frame. I'll go to the next batch of numbers that you call, and that's all the numbers that you call. That they're not more than that. The calls that he talked about. The next batch is on the 21st, right? And then there are some on the, I think it's only one on the 22nd or two on the 22nd. Now, these calls, they are made from, in fact, these transactions. They are not calls. Transactions as it terms them. 1626, the first one on the 25th. 1627, 47 seconds. 1627, 42 seconds. See, the first one, you see that it's just 26 minutes after 4 o'clock, and then 27 minutes after 4 o'clock. The last one, in fact, the fourth one, 29 minutes after 4 o'clock, for just 41 seconds, and then the fifth one, 29 minutes after all of them buying airtime. So how much airtime was being bought here? Just to show you the cooking, like they are not afraid to cook in public. Now the next batch, also he could have done them in a very short space of time. The calls were all made on the 21st of 11, that is November 2020, and the first call was at 19:12, 11 seconds. Second call 19:12, 30 seconds. The third call 19:14, 4 seconds. The fourth call 19:18, 30 seconds, and the fifth call 19:19, 11 seconds. Now look at all the time frame from 12 past 7 to 19 past 7. 5 transactions, all of them buying airtime. How is this possible? All right. And tell me, around the time of 16, around 4 o'clock, are you telling me that he's still not with the cops? Yeah, good evening, my king. What's up? Thank you for popping in, and thank you for dropping a message. I mean, like, the calls don't make sense. Now, when he came in with the second batch is when he was trying to read the towers, and he was reading 3G Queenswood in all of the towers, which is around Valeria. Now, there's another thing that was pointed out by Ntanzi, that my phone, the towers were pinging at the church, some of them were pinging at some flats, and we all heard that. So why is the Baloi just cooking and not accepting that this case is not winnable? I mean, I don't get it. Just accept that this case is not winnable. I'm just forcing matters here. every time that they are bringing something, it's just being cooked. Now, this one is much more embarrassing. The one of pattern matching. And, on Monday or tomorrow, he's going to come to court as if nothing happened. No shame at all. That he tried to put a wool over all of our eyes, like the nation's eyes. Anyway, guys, I don't want to take too much of your time. I just had that little bit to say about this case. Doesn't make sense what is going on there, and the judge can't even hide how he's cooking. Anyway, guys, thank you for popping in, and thank you for those who wanna pop in after I'm gone. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that when we drop more content,